Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 Chevrolet Colorado ZR2. Huge shout out to Randy Marion Chevrolet for providing this pickup for me today. Take a look at their website, that link is down in the description. This ZR2 is finished off in reef blue metallic. MSRP is just over $50,000. This is powered by the 2.7 liter Turbo Max inline 4-cylinder. It's paired to the 8-speed automatic. Pumps out 310 horsepower, 430 pound-feet of torque. It's primarily rear-wheel drive, however, does have the 4-wheel drive system. Weighs in just over 4,900 pounds. 0 to 60 is 7.1 seconds with a top speed of 100 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 21.4 gallons. You'll expect to see 17 miles per gallon in the city and 17 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 131.4 inches. Its overall length is 212.7. It has a width of 76.3, a height of 73.8, and its ground clearance measures in at 10.8 inches. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling for this Colorado, reef blue is not a new color from Chevrolet. However, it is new for the 26-year model for this Colorado. And with the ZR2, you'll notice first off, this has a high clearance design for the bumper. So you can see a lot of that all-terrain tire, as well as part of the suspension where there's the Multimatic suspension, which does give it some more travel both front and rear. You'll notice there's skid plates underneath along with the red tow hooks. There's also fog lights in that lower section too. And then you'll notice the hollow Chevy badge with some red accents. There's more cutouts in the rest of that grille, and then a dark housing for all of the LEDs. They have a thin design to them to match nicely with this upper trim accent that runs across the gloss black there. And then you'll notice the Turbo Max badge on the hood, where it does have the gloss black middle section there to give it more of a sporty appearance. Now, as we work our way to the side, you'll notice there's plastic for the fender arches, and then the all-terrain tire with the two-tone design for those 17-inch wheels. And then this also has rock sliders, so that will give you more protection off-road, of course. There's gloss black for the mirror caps, the Colorado badge just underneath that. And then you'll notice some really nice lines that flow down the side. This is the crew cab, so it has the full 4 doors along with the short bed. There's also the single exit exhaust. It does have that high clearance design to it, so this does have a good departure angle as well. Now, this does have remote start, so you can lock it, double tap on this button, and it will start up. And then if you hold on that control, that is how you can shut it off if needed. Now, in back, there's also Chevrolet stamped in the tailgate. There's LEDs for the lighting, backup camera, all the parking sensors are within the gloss black bumper. And then this does have a full-size spare underneath, and it can tow around 6,000 pounds. Now, that is a drop in towing with the ZR2 because of the suspension, but with this midsize truck, that's still a good amount to tow if and when you need to. Now, as we work our way to the bed, this does have a soft opening tailgate. It is locked at the moment, so you do have to unlock it, which is nice, so you have that locking tailgate. And then it does have the soft opening design. Now, this model also has the spray-in bed liner to give you that added protection. There's also tie-down hooks. There's a 12-volt on one side there, and then you do have storage within the tailgate. So if you unlock these levers, you can actually lift up this back section, or you can place in some smaller items, maybe some tow straps or any other items that you may just want to hide out of the way. So I think that's a really cool design to see. It gives you a little bit more usable of a tailgate for this truck. Now, as we work our way to the interior, this has a really nice design with this interior color with the yellow stitching too. There's a little bit of storage down below, and then the release handle, window control, and then that same design for these seats. You have adjustable headrests, so if you need a little bit more visibility with no one in the back, you can do that as needed. And with this midsize truck, you do get storage underneath the floor. So simply lift on this release. It is a 2-hand process, and once you lift that up, you have access to storage, some other equipment too that you can put under here. So it's nice to see for a smaller truck like this. And then once we hop in, there's storage pockets. You have an area for your drinks, maybe a phone in the middle. There's auxiliaries and some vents down below. And at 5'10", I have about 1.5 inches or 2 of headroom, so surprisingly it's not bad for a mid-sized truck. I have a few inches in front of my knees as well, and I can actually see over the headrest. So this is my eye level, so that way you can see if you need to, and it's not bad for the smaller size again. There's also the manual sliding rear glass, and then right in the middle, there's cup holders and the armrest too. And then of course you have plenty of visibility with a pickup truck. There's not much bodywork in that section there. And then up front, this gets memory seating adjustments, window controls, side mirror adjustments, and then more storage. And this also has an automatic driver's seat with that same design there. And then as we hop in, we're greeted with a leather steering wheel. But let's start this back up, where you'll notice that animation there up here on the gauge cluster and infotainment system. But with the gauge cluster here, you have a lot that you can go through. You'll notice on the left side, there's all of your cruise control settings with distance pacing. And then on the right side, there's the heated steering wheel, voice commands, volume and music adjustments. And then you can use this lower button to go through a few different pages within the gauge cluster. So all of these are going to be fixed. They're not configurable individually, but it's nice that you can pull up quite a lot of different information just depending on what you'd like to see while you're driving. You even have some off-roading information and then more of a calm screen too. So you have quite a lot that you can scroll through there. Now there's also a trailer braking system, a dimmer switch for the gauges, along with one air vent. And then as we work our way to the infotainment system, you have a lot more that you can go through. Everything on the left side is going to be fixed as well. So when you push on home, you get to these icons here, where you have your vehicle status, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You have different settings that you can go into to configure this as needed. And you can even swipe over for a few more. You can get into the off-road pages, so that way you can monitor all of this information. You do have a few others that you can look at as well, depending on what you would like to see. And there's also an air down mode, so you can use this to set that up as needed. And you have a shortcut to a few other controls here. So you can have your hill descent control. You have a few other general settings that you can configure. And then you have shortcuts to the split view. You can get into your music along with your map, your phone when that's paired, and then a shortcut to all of those controls. Now underneath that, there's physical buttons, heated and ventilated seats. You have your fan speed, where you'd like the air to go, different recircs too. When you do have this on, temperature dials are on both sides, so those are very easy to get to. There's air vents underneath that, and then this model has an independent locking rear differential. You can lock the rear and the front, engine start stop. There's hazards, lane keeping assist, auxiliary for the bed, and then you can put all of the windows down by pushing this button. It does not allow you to put them all back up together, however. You have wireless charging with auxiliaries, and then when you put this into reverse, you have the backup camera. There's also a few other angles here depending on what you need to see. And when you put it into drive, you can also shift using plus and minus, which is helpful for towing or if you're off the pavement. Now with this rotary dial, you can go through the different driving modes. So just depending on the terrain that you're doing, the type of driving that you're doing, you can toggle between those, and then you have your four-wheel drive selector located within that dial. There's the e-brake, cup holders with a little bit of storage. You get more storage in the armrest. There's also plenty in the glove box. ZR2 badge with some camo design on that passenger side, and then the rear view and dome lights up top. And then here's a look at visibility. Like I mentioned earlier, with those thin pillars in the back, it's pretty easy to see over both shoulders. As we set up behind the wheel now for the Colorado ZR2, this is basically the top trim level for this mid-size truck. You can get other packages with the ZR2, like the Bison package, to provide you with steel front and rear bumper. So if you want even more protection, those are modifications that you can get straight from the dealership with those packages, if that's something that you don't want to do aftermarket and just have it as part of your truck. So there's a few other options to make this a little bit more expensive depending on what you plan on doing with your truck and the options that you would like. But with the ZR2 in general, we do have this Multimatic suspension, which is really good for both on-road and off-road, because let's face it, most of these trucks will be on the pavement more than off-roading. Including myself, I have a mid-sized truck and I just don't off-road as much as I would like to. But with this suspension, it's going to give you a really comfortable drive on-road. For off-roading, it's a little bit softer, so you do have some more travel, not by much compared to a normal suspension, but it's going to give you a little bit more articulation and just give you a little bit more forgiveness in some of those harsher terrain settings. But on road, it's super comfortable, and it's a nice smaller size truck. Now, since I own a mid-size truck, I know a lot of people comment and say these are pretty expensive. Why don't you just get a used full-size truck? Not everybody needs a full-size truck. At my current stage of life, I don't want a full-size truck. I have no need for one. I can tow with 6,000 pounds with my truck and be just fine. So for me, I like the smaller truck. It's much easier to drive. It's better for off-roading depending on where you live. I can't take a full-size truck on the trails that my Tacoma can go in. So this Colorado here would be perfect for the trails that I go on when I do get to go off-road. And if you're just not looking for a big truck, you still have a good bit of space. Now, I will say, if you're using your truck for 4 people consistently, maybe a 5th person, a full size is going to be better, and I am reviewing a larger ZR2, so take a look at that full review as well if you want to see the space on the interior. But as far as this drives, I already mentioned the suspension. It's comfortable and quiet. It's what you'd expect for a daily driver. And with the height adjustable driver's seat here, at 5'10", I have maybe 2 inches or so, 2.5, and that is as far as the seat goes down. So you could be 6 feet tall. I know some people who have gone with the Colorado because of their height. They are easier, or it's easier to fit for them compared to some other mid-sized trucks. So you have a little bit of wiggle room depending on your height. And we don't have a sport mode for on-road driving, but we can put it into the low range gear, and from 2nd gear, give it a minor acceleration. And coming from my hybrid Tacoma, I didn't give this a full acceleration for a new truck, but with over 400 pound-feet of torque, this truck will get up and move. 7 seconds is still not quick, but for these types of vehicles, it's still pretty impressive for this engine. And so just in normal drive mode, here we go. And just a minor acceleration. This is definitely much quicker than what I'm doing today, but this is what it's like to be behind the wheel of the ZR2. Has a good road presence to it as well. You can easily see over this hood bulge, so it's not too intrusive for your visibility up front. And I can easily see the passenger side there. So if you are taking this off the pavement or even just in parking situations, it's not a wide vehicle, so it's very easy to maneuver and drive. Seating position is really comfortable as well. And the one thing I will say, not a lot of mid-sized trucks have a grab handle for your driver. You get one for your passenger. It would be nice to see. There's not even one up top. And that's not just with this vehicle. That's with even my personal Tacoma does not have one, which I think would be a nice upgrade, something pretty easy to do there. But in general, this is a really nice option if you're looking for basically a fully loaded mid-sized truck. Just over $50,000. This is a good option to go with. And even if you add the Bison package, a few other things, maybe 55 around there, you can get a great truck for the money. Yes, that is expensive for these newer trucks, especially compared to a few years ago, but I think it's a good value. It's something, if it's going to work for you on a daily basis, it's definitely a great option to go with. Layout's very nice, all the physical buttons, which a lot of people like. Chevy did a really good job with the layout there. Not too confusing with what you can go through there. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 Chevrolet Colorado. Once again, huge shout out to Randy Marion Chevrolet for providing this truck for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads, and I will see you all in the next video.